In this video, we'll be taking a look at 5 MLB games happening on May 27, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 10 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 5 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Chicago White Sox versus New York Mets. The Chicago White Sox, currently struggling with a 17-37 record, will face the New York Mets in the second game of their interleague series on Tuesday. The Mets, holding a strong 33-21 record, won the first game of the series on Monday by a narrow 2-1 margin. This series will be the only time these two teams meet during the 2025 season. The Mets enter this game as clear favorites to cover the run line, and after a close call on Monday, they should have no trouble doing so this time around. New York is fighting for first place in the highly competitive National League East, while the White Sox are more than 10 games behind fourth place in the American League Central. Chicago is sending Shane Smith to the mound, who has now lost all 5 of his last starts. In his most recent outing against the Mariners, Smith gave up 3 earned runs. He now faces a tough Mets lineup featuring hot hitters like Lindor, Alonso, and Soto at the top of the order. The Mets will counter with Megal, who struck out 10 batters in just 4.2 innings against the Red Sox in his last start. After narrowly escaping with a win on Monday, the Mets will look to leave nothing to chance and secure a decisive victory here. As our first pick for this matchup, the New York Mets to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The Mets boast a powerful offense with well-known players leading the charge, which often tempts bettors to back the over. However, there's a reason Vegas continues to profit. The Mets have gone under the total in 6 of their last 7 games. Even when the lines seem inflated, heavy betting on the over brings value back to the under. Megal was dominant in his last outing, striking out 10 batters before the 5th inning against a strong Boston lineup. Meanwhile, Shane Smith's earned run average remains respectable at 2.36 despite the White Sox's offensive struggles. This pitching matchup promises to be a strong battle on the mound, and the game is likely to stay under the projected total. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Cincinnati Reds versus Kansas City Royals. The Cincinnati Reds will play the second game of their 3-game series on the road Tuesday against the Kansas City Royals at Kauffman Stadium. Brady Singer, the Royals starter, has struggled so far this season. Returning to Kauffman Stadium, where he spent his entire career before this season, Singer faces a Royals team that tends to play its best baseball at home and knows him well. Given these factors, the Royals are poised to bounce back after Monday's loss and get the win here. As our first pick for this matchup, the Kansas City Royals money line is our full game side pick. The Reds kicked off the series with a strong offensive showing, scoring at least 6 runs in 4 consecutive games. Cincinnati holds a 13-14 record on the road this season, while the Royals have been solid at home with a 17-10 record. Despite being one of the lowest scoring teams in MLB, Kansas City will face a struggling Singer who has had difficulties in his last 4 starts. The Royals will start Lynch, expected to pitch only an inning or 2 as an opener. Monday's opener featured 11 runs, and with the Royals' offense likely to come alive against Singer, this game could also be a high-scoring affair. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Boston Red Sox versus Milwaukee Brewers. The Boston Red Sox and the Milwaukee Brewers are set to face off in the second game of their series on Tuesday. The Red Sox are preparing to start a bullpen game, which still gives them an edge over the Brewers in this matchup. Milwaukee is sending Aaron Civale to the mound, but he hasn't looked like himself since trying to come back from a hamstring injury in March. Before the injury, the Yankees lit him up, and though he got some help from his offense in an 8-5 win against Pittsburgh in his first game back, Civale's performance has been shaky. The Brewers managed a narrow 1-0 win on Monday, but the Red Sox are expected to bounce back here. Boston is in desperate need of wins after falling to 4th place in the American League East. Rafael Devers has started to heat up after a slow start, and he'll be a key factor in pushing the Sox to victory. As our first pick for this matchup, the Boston Red Sox money line is our full game side pick. This game might defy recent team trends because of the pitching matchup. Savale's earned run average is a concerning 9 over his 2 appearances this season, which were nearly 2 months apart due to his injury. He didn't look sharp either before or after the hamstring issue. Boston will start with a bullpen pitcher since it's less than 24 hours before first pitch and they haven't named a starter yet. The Sox rank 18th in the league in team earned run average, which doesn't bode well for a low-scoring game, especially without one of their top starters on the mound. The first game of the series went under the total, but Milwaukee has gone over in 5 of their last 6 games before that. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Colorado Rockies versus Chicago Cubs. The National League action continues with the Colorado Rockies traveling to Chicago to face the Cubs on Tuesday night in the second game of their 3-game series at Wrigley Field. The Rockies have been struggling mightily this season, and there's little to praise about their current form. Even when their pitching staff delivers a solid performance, their offense can't seem to produce enough runs to secure a win. For example, Marcus pitched exceptionally well in his last start, but the Rockies were shut out, failing to score a single run. Trying to beat the Cubs without scoring runs is an uphill battle, akin to David versus Goliath. The Cubs have scored double-digit runs 12 times this season, more than the Rockies' total wins, which stand at just 9. Given the Rockies' poor performance in recent years, it's no surprise that the Cubs have dominated this matchup. In their last 10 head-to-head games dating back to September 2023, the Cubs have an impressive 8-2 record. Even more striking, the Cubs are undefeated at home against the Rockies in that span, going 7-0. With baseball's best overall offense facing what could be the worst team in league history, expect the Cubs to deliver another dominant performance. The Cubs are firing on all cylinders, and Horton is the latest pitcher to stifle the Rockies while securing a win for the home team. As our first pick for this matchup, the Chicago Cubs to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. While the first game of this series was a low-scoring affair with just 4 total runs, this matchup features the league's best offense against one of the league's worst pitching staffs. Historically, their head-to-head games have favored the over, with 6 of the last 10 matchups going over the total. The Rockies have gone over in 5 of their last 10 games overall, allowing just under 6.5 runs per game during that stretch. Meanwhile, the Cubs have gone over in 7 of their last 10 games, averaging an impressive 8 runs per game. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Toronto Blue Jays versus Texas Rangers. The MLB action continues on Tuesday with an American League showdown between the Toronto Blue Jays and the Texas Rangers. The Rangers are currently struggling, having lost 7 of their last 8 games, and their offense has been particularly poor during this stretch. Texas will turn to Nathan Eovaldi, who has been outstanding this season. However, the Blue Jays have historically had success against the veteran pitcher, with their current roster boasting a strong batting line against him over 129 at-bats. As long as Toronto can manage to score a few runs against Eovaldi and take advantage of Texas's bullpen, which ranks 18th with a 4.08 earned run average, they should be competitive late in the game. The Rangers are favored as much as -170 on the moneyline for Tuesday's game. But given their recent form, I'm not willing to lay that kind of juice with them. As our first pick for this matchup, the Toronto Blue Jays money line is our full game side pick. Looking closer at Eovaldi's numbers, he has been excellent this season, posting the 4th best earned run average in the league at 1.6 and leading the majors with a 0.79 WHIP. While I expect the Blue Jays to put some runs on the board, I don't foresee a high-scoring explosion. On the other side, the Rangers rank 28th in scoring this season, averaging just 3.33 runs per game overall and only 2.5 runs per game during their recent 1-7 slump. They'll be facing Bowden Francis, who sports a 5.54 earned run average but has held Texas's lineup to a .167 batting average in his career. Given these factors, runs should be at a premium in this contest. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.